What if the most controversial prophecy in the Bible, the mark of the beast, is not a symbol, but a physical mark? Could it be the RFID chip? This is a question that has stirred the minds of many, and today we're going to explore it. Let's start by understanding the mark of the beast. This ominous symbol is mentioned in the book of Revelation in the Bible, specifically in the 13th chapter. It's said to be a mark that will be received by all mankind on their right hand or forehead as a sign of allegiance to the beast. But what does it really mean? The interpretations vary. Some believe it to be a metaphorical mark, a spiritual or moral corruption. Others suggest it's a physical mark, a literal branding or tattoo. And then there are those who see it as a future technological implant, a notion that's gaining traction in the light of today's advancements. Which brings us to the RFID chip. Radio frequency identification, or RFID, is a technology that uses electromagnetic fields to identify and track tags attached to objects, including living beings. These chips, no bigger than a grain of rice, can store personal identification information, medical records, and even digital currency. They're already making waves in various sectors. Healthcare, retail, logistics, even pet identification. The applications are vast and growing. But could they be used for something more? Could they be the physical embodiment of the mark of the beast? Now, before we jump to conclusions, it's important to remember that technology in itself is neutral. It's how we use it that defines its virtue or vice. But as we stand on the cusp of a world where technology and humanity are becoming increasingly intertwined, it's worth exploring the implications. As we delve deeper, we must ask ourselves if the line between biblical prophecy and technology is blurring. Is it possible that what was once regarded as a symbol of end times might just be a sign of the times we're living in? Only time will tell. The mark of the beast, as depicted in the biblical book of Revelation, has long been a subject of interest and speculation. This mysterious mark, often linked to the number 666, is said to be received by those who pledge allegiance to the beast, an antagonist figure in the apocalyptic narrative. It's a concept that has intrigued, puzzled, and even frightened many over centuries. The biblical interpretation of the mark of the beast is highly symbolic. It's depicted in Revelation chapter 13, verse 17, where it is said that no one could buy or sell unless they had the mark, which is the name of the beast or the number of its name. This has led to numerous interpretations. Some see it as a literal mark on the body, while others view it as a metaphor for conformity to worldly systems and values. The implications of the mark of the beast are significant. It's seen as a sign of submission and allegiance to the beast. This isn't just about commerce, it's about loyalty and faith. Accepting the mark is seen as a rejection of God's sovereignty, a choice with eternal consequences. Over time, interpretations of the mark of the beast have shifted, often mirroring societal fears and concerns. In the Middle Ages, it was associated with the devil and witchcraft. During the Reformation, it was linked to the Catholic Church. In modern times, some have connected it to technology, like barcodes and microchips, reflecting anxieties about surveillance and loss of privacy. But what if the mark of the beast is more than just a symbol or a metaphor? What if it's a tangible, physical mark that could be implanted or embedded? With the rise of technology, this idea is no longer as far-fetched as it might have seemed in the past. The mark of the beast, a symbol of allegiance and submission, could it be more than just a metaphor? The RFID chip, a tiny device with massive potential, is changing the face of technology as we know it. RFID, or radio frequency identification, is the technology that allows objects to be uniquely identified using radio waves. It's the same technology that allows you to tap your credit card at the checkout, or a vet to scan a lost pet and find its owner's contact information. But its potential applications go far beyond these everyday uses. Imagine a world where your entire medical history is stored on a chip the size of a grain of rice, implanted under your skin. A world where lost keys are a thing of the past because your house and car recognize you when you approach. A world where your every move could be tracked, monitored, and recorded. That's the world that RFID chips could create. And while it may sound like science fiction, it's closer to reality than you might think. Companies around the globe are already experimenting with these chips, exploring their potential uses and pushing the boundaries of what's possible. But with this potential comes a host of concerns. Privacy, for one. If your every move can be tracked, what does that mean for your personal freedom? And security. How easy would it be for someone to steal your information or even your identity right out from under your skin? And then, of course, there's the question that's been on everyone's mind. Could the RFID chip be the mark of the beast? The prophesied tool of control that allows the Antichrist to track and control every individual on Earth? It's a chilling thought, but one that can't be ignored in the face of this rapidly advancing technology. So where does that leave us? On the brink of a new era, for sure. An era of convenience and efficiency, but also of surveillance and control. An era where our identities are not just in our wallets, but under our skin. The RFID chip, a marvel of modern technology, could it be the literal mark of the beast? Is it possible that a prophecy from centuries ago could be coming true with the help of today's technology? A question that's been circling around the minds of many as we delve deeper into the age of technology. The mark of the beast and the RFID chip, two seemingly unrelated concepts, are they converging? The mark of the beast, as described in ancient texts, is a mark that will be received by all, either on their right hand or forehead. Now consider this, the RFID chip, a tiny device no bigger than a grain of rice, capable of storing all your personal information, including medical history, bank details, and even your location. And where is it implanted? You guessed it, in your hand or forehead. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. The RFID chip, as it is, serves many practical purposes. From tracking lost pets to making contactless payments, the benefits are clear. But when we bring the mark of the beast into the equation, things start to get a little murky. If the RFID chip were to be the mark of the beast, the implications could be profound, and not in a good way. Imagine a world where your every move is tracked, where your personal information is no longer private, where your freedom is curtailed by a tiny chip implanted in your body. Sounds like something out of a dystopian novel, doesn't it? This is not to instill fear, but to provoke thought. We live in an era where technology evolves at a breakneck speed, opening up possibilities we never thought possible. But with every advancement, there's a potential for misuse and abuse. It's a delicate balance between convenience and privacy, between innovation and freedom. The convergence of prophecy and technology, a fascinating and terrifying prospect. Only time will reveal the truth. As we continue to race towards the future, it's important to keep these conversations going. After all, the future is shaped by those who dare to question the present.